So, what are your thoughts about what's going on in Syria? What's all that going around coronavirus and league getting cancelled? What's the information?
So obviously, if you don't know, um, the government has suspended Serie A for the rest of the month. Well, they've suspended all sporting events, because obviously Italy has the most cases and deaths now outside of China.
Mm.
Yeah, surpassed South Korea a couple of days ago.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so pretty much, obviously over the weekend, all Serie A games that were on were played behind closed doors, and now they've just suspended the league for the rest of the month.
Mm.
I assume they'll obviously chuck the games in midweek, so then teams will have to play 2 to 3 games a week.
Yeah.
Another option is to freeze the league for the rest of the season, which they won't do that. Another possibility is they could actually delay the Euro and have
Or
Serie A played in like the first month of the summer window, which I think is too late to do anyway.
or could
Well,
it
they
be that?
could because 12 countries are hosting Euro, so Italy's one of them. But yeah, they'll probably move it from Italy. I don't know. We'll see what happens in a few months' time when the Euro hits. And Italy's pretty much locked down. So obviously Atalanta and Napoli have been given permission to fly out and play UCL. Juve will play Lyon behind closed doors because obviously the Italian government doesn't have power over cancelling obviously European competitions. They can only do what's in their own country, obviously. And then obviously just announced before, Barcelona will play their second leg behind closed doors. And yesterday it was announced that PSG and Bayern are also playing their games behind closed doors at their respective stadiums. So
Okay, so
yeah,
it's related to UCL, like they will be playing UCL games behind the closed doors for Bayern and PSG. That is.
So Bayern, PSG, Barca, and Juventus. Yeah, they're all playing behind closed doors.
Wow.
Tomorrow, I assume tomorrow's are like.
Or
I assume the others are like going ahead.
I was wondering, couldn't they do this thing like shift Syria to some other country and play it over there? Is that a possibility?
To play the Champions League in another country?
No, not Champions League. The whole Syria that is getting delayed for a month. Is there a possibility to play it on some other country?
The problem is half the teams are in like the top half of Italy, where that's where all the cases are. So, and then if you get their fans fly, because then their fans will fucking fly anywhere across the world for their team. Some of them are bound to have, carrying
the virus
with them. Yeah.
Yeah, so that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So, I don't know. The logical solution is I feel they should have just kept playing behind closed doors for the rest of the month. But I don't know. I mean,
but we can only hope that.
I guess the advantage is obviously the Italian teams. Well, especially Napoli and Juve, and it's not so much for Inter and Atalanta because they have to play European this week. But for them, I guess they get the weekend off to recover and I guess extra time to prepare for their return legs. So, but then again, what if they make it to the quarterfinals? They won't play again till end of the month or something. So
yeah,
I don't know. The situation could go the other way.
It's a tricky situation, but yeah, of course you have to take the precautions. Therefore, that is why the league's getting suspended for 1 month. Is on hold.
You do. But at the same time, if you continue to play it in closed doors, that's still a safe option. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird because I was watching Juve Inter.
Yeah.
It's just so weird seeing just watching a football game behind closed doors and hearing everything come out of their mouths, hearing like every pass, like the movement on the ball.
Mm.
I know in the stadium on one end where it gets the end where it gets televised, like in the center, they actually dress the seats in the Italian flag to make it more appealing on TV.
Yeah.
So I guess that was a nice touch, but still, yeah, it's pretty weird. But
you have to take precautions, yeah, to prevent it from spreading out.
Well, I mean, it's not just Serie A now; it's UCL. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
but yeah, if they are playing behind the closed doors, that makes sense. So we will have to hope that things do get better around the virus thing, and we can enjoy the game. Hopefully, all the fans can enjoy the game. So about the games that happen in Syria behind the closed doors, I think all of them happened behind the closed doors, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Okay, so Parma lost 1-0 to Spal. Spal, who are in the relegation place. As for Milan, it's another bad moment going on for them. They lost to Genoa 2-1.
Before you continue, on Parma vs Spal, they were about to come out, and they told them to go back in the dressing room, and they delayed the game by 45 minutes.
Why? Why is that?
Because the president wanted to suspend the league.
Oh wow!
But they're like, well, we're already here. We can't really, teams are already flying across the country to play games within the next 24 hours. So
yep, true.
Yeah.
So you can't do it like that moment of time, which doesn't make sense as well. So also Milan losing 1-2 to Genoa.
Yeah. Yeah, Zlatan. Oh, he's missed such a good header. Close. It was like a sitter in the first half with a header. Oh.
So that didn't help them. They are going out of Europa League position as well with 3 points behind Napoli, who are on 6th. Now moving on to another game that happened, Sampdoria winning against Verona 2-1. So Sampdoria are at 16th. They are fighting to avoid the 18th place in the league to avoid the relegation. Also moving on to see Udinese playing 0-0 draw against Fiorentina. So they are just a point, like 3 points above relegation zone. So I think they are making it through from the relegation battle. And moving on to the biggest match, which was between Juventus and Inter. So Juventus won 2-0.
Sure did. It's weird. They played the best match of the season behind closed doors.
It's funny. Best match, and that to be in the closed doors.
They play better without fans than with fans.
So they don't understand. So they don't need fans. Understand. So they don't need fans. That's the point.
Just put the Italian flags around the stadium. That's it.
They are not good enough to have fans. Or fans are not good enough for them.
No, not anymore. Not after that disgusting performance in the Champions League. But yeah. No, it was the best game. No, banter aside, it was the best game of the season.
Yeah,
the midfield actually worked for once.
That's magic.
And guess what? Pjanic was benched.
What? What?
My wish was finally the midfield was
yep.
Matuidi, Ramsey, and Bentancur.
Yep.
See what happens when you bench Pjanic? See?
And wait, what the hell? The bench player, substitute player for Inter got a red card? What? Why is it showing me?
Oh, yeah.
For what reason?
Oh, he was like swearing off his ass on the bench. And the guy he was like swearing, it was abusing the ref. I don't know why. The ref comes over and just gives him a red card. It's like, see you later. Because, they can book anyone on the bench now. Coach, player, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fucking hilarious. It was so funny.
Yeah, that's...
It's like, piss off back to Milan, you shithead.
Milan.
They're not even Milan team, they're just fake.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm putting up with this shit.
Yep.
Like, I love Antonio Conte as well. I'm not going to do what a lot of Juve fans did and abuse him, but still.
Yep. I mean, Inter was at one point of time expected to go for the league title, but right now their situation is too bad. They are third position with
I mean,
9 points
if you put the
behind
game,
them.
if you
One
put the game in
behind.
hand, all
Yeah.
right, so they win at 6 points. I mean, if Juve and Lazio slip up one week and they win, yeah. I'm not saying they're out of it yet.
So they do stand a chance still, right?
Uh,
Depending on their opponents, that is Lazio and Juventus. If they drop points, then
Well, yeah. Oh, Juve and Lazio will drop more points. Don't get me wrong. They're not going to win every game for the rest of the season. They'll both drop points because they have to. Lazio and Inter have to play each other again.
Yeah.
I think Juve and Lazio actually have to play each other too. Yeah, they do. Yeah, end of April.
All right. Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah, but I mean, considering Lazio beat Juve both in the league at their home and in the Supercoppa Italia final 3-1.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Milan have to play Juventus as well, so these games could be tricky ones. And Inter have to play.
Who? AC?
Inter have to play. I'm looking at their fixtures. Any tough team. They have to play Napoli. Napoli.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see how. How
everybody played into twice.
Things go. Yep. So we have like 12 matches to be played for every team, and let's see what happens in the Serie A. And last match of the Serie A happened as Sassuolo winning 3-0 against Brescia. That's how you pronounce it, right? Brescia. Okay. So that winds up about what's going on in Serie A. Now moving on to the another league, that is Bundesliga. There are, I guess, 10 matches were played. Yep. 9 matches have been played. 1 match is due, which is about to happen tomorrow. That is on 11th of March. So they are going into a Bundesliga. Cologne won 2-1 against Paderborn. Bayer Leverkusen won 4-0.
That's your favorite team, isn't it? Paderborn.
Why?
That's your favorite team.
Because they are on 18th.
That's your favorite team.
How is that favorite?
No, because you used to rave on about how much you love them, and you're hyping them up.
What?
Well, this was just a rumor I found in the papers today. I'm just on the internet. Surfaced the web. Apparently, you're low key the biggest Paderborn fan.
Oh, what? When? Where did that come from?
Oh, I don't know. I think they're credible. You know, there's credible sources. The Sun.
Okay.
Mirror.
Yeah. Sun is very much credible. I like
so much credible source out there.
I like Sun. It gives me heat.
I don't know, man. It burns my skin.
Yeah. So I was wrong.
By the way, if you didn't pick up that sarcasm of the Sun.
Yeah, I did.
I think you need to. I'm talking about if anyone's listening, but they don't. Yeah. Anyway, continue. So rudely interrupting you.
No, that's fine. So I was wrong, by the way. I said 10 games will be played in Bundesliga, but there are only 18 teams, so 9 games have been played. So around match week 25 is done for Bundesliga, and where we saw, Bayer Leverkusen winning 4-0 against Frankfurt, and they're moving to 4th position in the league, and Schalke drawing 1-1 against Hoffenheim, and Hertha drawing 1-1, 2-2 against Werder Bremen, which they are in the middle of the table, so nothing to worry for them. They are neither going on top or moving in Champions League or UCL sport or UEL sport, or they are going for relegation. And moving on to Freiburg, they won 3-1 against Union Berlin. So Freiburg are now at 8th, which is 36 points and 1 point behind Schalke, so they can fight for Europa League qualification. And as for going for Leipzig, they drew against Wolfsburg, which definitely pushes them down to fight for the league title. Also, importantly, importantly, moving on for Dortmund match against Borussia Mönchengladbach, Dortmund won 2-1, and they are 4 points behind Bayern München, with 51 points on second spot. Dortmund are somehow looking like getting back into fighting for the title. What do you think?
Yeah, it's between Bayern, Dortmund, and Leipzig. Obviously, it was a Mönchengladbach have a game in hand. If they win, they'd go fourth, a point behind Leipzig. Or Bayern already 4 points ahead. I mean, it'd be nice to have a new winner, but it wouldn't surprise me if Bayern just steamroll ahead to the title.
Yeah, looks like I don't think there are any big fixtures that are lined up for Bayern as well. So no, wait a second. So Dortmund are playing Bayern München on April 4th.
Yeah, and I think if Bayern win that, then that's it. I think the title's done.
Bye bye, Liga.
I don't know what Leipzig do.
Yep, I'm looking at the fixture of Leipzig. Do they have to play Dortmund or Bayern München? If they do, Borussia Mönchengladbach have to play Bayern München as well. So that makes it somehow tricky situation. Leipzig, do they have to play Bayern? Do they have to? They have to play Dortmund. Oh, this is going mad. This is going to be.
It's going to be such a juicy Bundesliga title race.
Yep. So far, it stands out. All right, so that's how things were. Things are lined up in Bundesliga, where Bayern München are leading by 4 points on the top, and they recently won in the same match week. They won 2-0 against Augsburg, so that helps them pushing ahead for another league title, which seems to be going their way as it stands, but you never know how things are going to happen in the future. And as for the last match of the game week, Mainz drew 1-1 against Fortuna Düsseldorf. And with that, we complete our segment for covering up the Bundesliga in this podcast, and now we can move on to La Liga, where some unexpected things are happening, like Real Madrid going up for one game and then coming down by a point after the next match.
Did you see Madrid? He stood still for Betis' first goal, and then old mate's just like, "No, I'm just going to top in this top corner." Like, it happened so fast. I was like, "Oh, now okay, he's got the ball. Oh, now he's celebrating. Oh shit, he scored." And Casemiro and the others are just standing there, going, waiting for the ref.
So I guess
it's like
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, go on.
Awkward moment of silence. It almost makes the El Clasico win, like, in terms of points wise, irrelevant.
Yeah, true.
Because now they're back where they were a fortnight ago.
But now, do you think Barcelona are going to lose their next match? Because both the teams are doing some fun plays. One team is losing, another is losing to an unexpected team. So both are giving everyone a chance and yeah.
I don't think either will lose their next match, considering their opponents are like towards the bottom. But
you never know.
And they'll both drop points again.
They both dropped the points in a weird way. I mean, Barcelona earlier lost to Leganes in the season, if I'm not wrong.
They drew.
They drew. I think
they were losing for majority of the match, 2-1, and then
yeah,
they got a late goal.
I think early on they lost. Barcelona lost to Bilbao, Athletic Bilbao earlier in the season. That is on August 17th. Looking at
never know.
Yep. They lost to Bilbao, and I'm looking at all the results. Barcelona, okay, won 5-2 against Betis, and Betis defeats Madrid. Nice.
Funny how that works.
Osasuna drew 2-2 against Barcelona early on in the season. That's funny. I think that was Levante who won against. Yep. Who won against Barca. Oh, where are the results? Okay. Here we go. Barca.
It's football. Anything can happen.
Yep. and Madrid 4-2 and
The
Barcelona
race for those
4-0.
final Champions League spots are it's pretty
2-horse race.
heated. Yeah, it is like 3rd to 7th. And Sociedad actually have a game in hand.
Also, Real Madrid early on drew. Yeah, Barcelona lost 3-1 to Levante on 2nd November 2.
Wow.
And Madrid drew against Betis 0-0 on November 3rd. So they are both giving each other side a fun.
Well, Betis are a solid team though. Like it's amazed that they're only 12th.
Oh, Barcelona's current coach was their manager, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but Madrid still lost to Betis. What the fuck?
I mean, stranger things have happened.
Yep. So that's as we expect. It's a 2-horse race, and Barcelona won 1-0 against Real Sociedad, and Madrid lost 2-1.
Could have been 3-horse race, but Atletico and consistency don't belong in the same sentence or paragraph.
Yep, and they are ready to go to Anfield next in a day. So we will talk about it later in the podcast. So that's it for La Liga in this segment, because we have nothing much special to discuss than Barcelona and Real Madrid. So they are on top.
Well, Barca did win 1-0.
Barca is on the top with 58 points, and Madrid are 2 points behind after losing to Betis. So it's
a Messi penalty.
Yep, with Messi's penalty, Barcelona won at their home against Real Sociedad. So that makes things better for Barcelona as it stands. And going forward, we will have to see what happens in La Liga. Who wins, whether it's Real Madrid or it's Barca. And now coming on to the most popular league, where Pep Guardiola have now lost most times, as a measure 7 times in his career in one season. That is in Premier League. He has never lost.
Liverpool have lost 7 games since the start of the 2017-18 season.
Mad. That's mad. That is
Pretty
madness.
insane.
Is that your phone ringing?
Oh, yeah, it is. Just continue. I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, sure. So about the Premier League. Liverpool won 2-1 against Bournemouth. Arsenal won 1-0 against West Ham. Crystal Palace winning 1-0 against Watford. Watford, who recently defeated Liverpool 3-0, they are now losing against Crystal Palace, which definitely puts them under pressure and pushes them towards the relegation zone, because with just 1 goal difference, like they are on right now -17, and Bournemouth are on -18 with same number of points. So Watford can still go to the relegation zone, depending how they play ahead in the Premier League fixtures that are to come. And talking about Southampton, Newcastle won 1-0 against Southampton. Wolves 2-0 against Brighton and Hove. As for Burnley and Tottenham game, it's on a 1-1 draw. 1-1 draw against Spurs between Burnley and Tottenham. Also, Chelsea won 4-0 against Everton, which definitely pushes them to be in the top 4 in Premier League. And the biggest game that happened this week, which was a Manchester derby, it's won 2-0 by Manchester City. So that definitely helps Manchester United to keep themselves in top 6, although they are just 2 points. They are leading by just 2 points to Wolves and Sheffield, so anything can still happen. And also, amazingly, Sheffield have 1 game in hand, so Sheffield can definitely move to the 5th place if they win their next match. So United will drop down to 6th, and Wolves can go to the 7th place. So it's like neck to neck battle between United, Wolves, and Sheffield about the 5th or 6th place. So we will have to see how things gonna go in those positions. Also, the last game that was played yesterday, it was Leicester winning 4-0 against Aston Villa. So Leicester are also doing their bit to either finish second or stay at where they are right now. That is at the third place. So Jamie Vardy scored a brace, and Harvey Barnes scored a brace as well in that game, about which we are going to discuss in detail now. So as I was saying, Liverpool won 2-1 against Bournemouth. Was that a sign of some improvement than their previous results that have happened recently against to them?
Yeah, they felt
because both of their forwards have this time, both the wingers have scored the goals. That is Salah scoring and Mane scoring as well. So
do you think Bournemouth's goal should have stood?
Nope. That was a clear foul, as everyone was saying. Don't know what was VR doing there.
I thought it was funny at first, and then I saw it again and again, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you fucked up."
True. So they can't no more say Liverpool.
VAR pool.
So I think that's a good result for them before they take on Atletico Madrid tomorrow in the Champions League.
Absolutely.
Yep, and now moving on to the another game. The second game was Arsenal winning 1-0 against West Ham. How shocking was that? Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, I did expect Arsenal to win because West Ham are so shit this season, beyond belief. So yeah, I don't know. There's nothing really to say about that game. It's like meh.
So can we believe Mesut Ozil getting a 5-year contract after his performance in that game?
Who?
Mesut Ozil.
Oh, probably, yeah. They'll probably build him a golden fucking statue next week.
Let's see.
The general I don't know. The general consensus on AFTV was they were pretty happy. Well, I don't know. I guess they were content.
Yeah.
I don't know. They've gone back to like the old school Arsenal, the old ways of winning 1-0.
So you think that Arteta has somehow fixed them in a good way? Because of course they won like 3 back-to-back games.
They have improved, but the defeat against Olympiacos,
they are still vulnerable. Yep.
Yeah. It's like they've improved a bit.
True.
It's not much though, and it won't happen until half to 70% of that team goes. But I mean, they're not going to sell 70% of the squad in the summer like they need to.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if Arsenal invest in a whole new backline, that's the perfect start. That's like 50% of the issues done.
Yep.
But,
But currently they are fighting to be in top 10. That's how the things are standing for Arsenal. Now moving on to another shocking result. That was Crystal Palace defeating Watford 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, what happened to the momentum after being Liverpool?
Yep. It just faded away. I think it was just a lucky day for them, or what to say, maybe the curse of Arsenal fans helped them to win the match. Because they were like, take away the invincible stack.
Yeah. Well, results do go their way though. So
from Liverpool, that is. Yeah.
Obviously for Watford, yeah.
Yeah, Watford. Yeah, Watford can still go into relegation.
Lost.
Yep, because West Ham have 27 points.
Spanked.
Watford have 27 points. Yep. Norwich are definitely getting relegated. I don't think. I mean, to come out from that place, they need like 5-6 wins in a row.
The bottom, Norwich are gone. The bottom three: Bournemouth, Villa, Norwich. They're all gone down.
Yep. But
I can see West Ham going down because of the brutal run-in they've got, but
yep. I mean, 5 teams. Any team can. Still, anything can happen. I mean, out of those 5 teams, definitely, any can go. So we will have to see what happens down there in the relegation battle. As for the another game, Sheffield won 1-0 against Norwich. If Norwich would have won this game, that definitely would have helped them to fight for their places out of relegation, but then losing 1-0, and Sheffield can still fancy being on the 5th place. So they have right now 1 game in hand and 43 points, so winning their next game can put them above Manchester United, who amazingly won against City. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got a game in hand. Holy shit. Sheffield United and UCL.
That would be fun. But it could cost a place to Chelsea for that to happen.
Yeah. I guess so. Depends.
Yep. So moving on to the next match, which was between Southampton and Newcastle. Newcastle won 1-0, and that definitely helps them to be in a good position, because starting on the season they weren't that good, but now definitely they are out of relegation zone, so things are going nice, if not too good. Nice for Newcastle since they won 1-0 against Southampton.
Definitely.
And off to the other match, Wolves could have won the match, but it ends as a draw. Their winning the match could have definitely helped them to fight for Europa League once again, or who knows, for the 4th position, but draw didn't help them in that way. As for Spurs, the bad times are still going on and on.
I have a feeling Wolves have got Europa League on their mind though.
I guess so. I do think they can go on to win it. Yep. They're looking strong.
The favorites to win it. Yeah.
Yep. They're looking strong, and tactics of Nuno Santos are pretty much good as well, attacking, and I mean tactically he knows how to manage those players, how to use them effectively when needed. So yeah, definitely they have a good chance to try their hands at Europa League title, which would definitely put them for the next season's Champions League place. And as for Tottenham, nothing is going their way. And we are seeing the classic Mourinho bashing his players openly in the press conference.
You may as well just keep with Pochettino at the rate that this is going.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you think about it, they haven't improved.
True.
At all.
So do you think are we gonna see the Mourinho 2nd season in the next one?
I mean, usually in his first 2 seasons, we see him win trophies.
Yep.
He's winning nothing this season.
But they say his 2nd season.
I don't even think they'll get past Leipzig.
So it's Spurs curse that's not helping him, or what?
I think it was a stupid move for him to go there in the first place. But anyway.
Mm-hmm. But I do think maybe in the 2nd season he does something good. If he doesn't, then he needs to leave. He needs to try somewhere else.
I mean, they need to spend some money.
Yep. It's a tricky situation for him and for Spurs, because right now they are going nowhere. For Europa League they can't fancy because it's too tight right now. And I think they are to play City as well after this. They have to play City, I guess. I can check out the fixtures. What fixtures are Spurs playing? Oh,
right, Burnley have to play City next.
They have to play.
Spurs got United.
Spurs are playing United, who recently won against City, about which we will talk in just a bit. And Spurs are playing West Ham after that. That's another derby. That's a tough one. United, then they are playing West Ham, and after that they are playing Sheffield. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is Mourinho gonna leave after this season? That's my biggest fear.
I think he's just thinking about next season already in his
Wow.
mind. I think he's just thinking about the summer and
And
who he wants to buy.
after Sheffield, they are playing Everton.
Oh, jeez.
Then Bournemouth away, that could be easy one, but you never know what are they going to do. If they are losing to Burnley, they can lose to Bournemouth as well.
Yeah, Bournemouth will still be fighting for their life by then.
Oh my god, these fixtures are crazy.
Dude, you're so fucking shocked. I've never seen you so shocked before.
After that, they are playing Arsenal.
Oh, shit.
And then Newcastle. Then Leicester.
No,
then Newcastle and then Leicester.
Oh, they are so fucked.
And
this is fucked.
This is crazy. And the last game is against Crystal Palace.
They're fucked.
True. Rip already. Bye-bye, Mourinho.
No wonder why he shaved off all his hair and it's gone grey. Poor bastard.
That's because of United. Okay.
Yeah.
Now moving on to another match. Chelsea winning 4-0 against Everton. That was surprising.
Yeah, that was their best performance of the season, arguably. I'll say one of their best performances of the season.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that was brilliant. That was a brilliant performance across the board. Everyone stepped up. Another amazing game from Billy Gilmore. God, he's only 18. He's got such a bright future ahead of him. Yeah. Everton was shit, though. Don't get me wrong. Everton was shit.
Yep. I didn't expect. I thought Everton can do 3-2 against Chelsea, but that was a boomer.
I tipped Chelsea to win, but I didn't think they were going to hammer Everton.
Because of their recent form, I thought Chelsea might, because they are, they are winning. Yeah, they are losing at home, they are winning away. So with their home game, I thought they might again slump up. But that's a great performance with 4 goals being scored, and one was scored by Mount, another one was Pedro, third one was Willian, and fourth one is Giroud. And Giroud, I guess, is doing
the French donkey actually did something.
Lol. And
I don't like Giroud at all. Just saying.
And Ross Barkley gave 2 assists against his former team. How is he going on? I think he scored an amazing goal against Liverpool in the FA Cup, and after that, he gave 2 assists.
Yeah, and they'll be building a gold statue of him tomorrow outside the bridge. Oh man. I mean, he's stepped up the performances because he probably knows he's gone in the summer.
And meanwhile, yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Willian too. I think Willian's going to go on a free. He doesn't want to sign a new contract that they offered him. Yeah.
It's not only Everton who is doing fun. Ederson is also doing fun. You know how?
Ederson. Oh my god.
From Everton to Ederson, it's all fun.
That's it. Yeah. Feel bad for Don Carlo though, but his return to the bridge, is always welcomed.
Who's done?
Carlo Ancelotti.
Carlo.
Yeah, he did won the league and the FA Cup, Chelsea.
But I was moving towards Ederson, if you know what I'm referring to.
Ederson.
From
that poor bastard. He has to be dropped. The first goal wasn't his fault though, and I'll explain why. But the second goal, what are you doing?
That reminded me of Salah chipping him over.
I mean, Ederson wasn't even like the worst player on the pitch too. That's the thing.
Yep.
Maybe Zinchenko was the worst player. He was absolute shit.
You can call him maybe unlucky, but you can maybe call him unlucky. But thing was, he was trying to build an attack for City in the dying moment, so maybe they can get a score.
But at the same time, it's like Mendy would be more suited for that game. And I said 20 minutes in.
Yep.
To take Zinchenko off for Mendy because it's getting worse.
Yep.
And he didn't do it till like 70th minute or something.
Yep.
And then when Mendy came on, he was the only one that was actually fucking doing something.
And we all know how fast that Scottish guy is, McTominay, and he just latched onto the ball and boom, it's a goal, long ranger.
Yeah. But I mean, obviously the first goal,
Yeah, that
Like
was.
they fucking knew what they were gonna do. They knew. I mean, Foden was on another planet, and he just dispersed it to fucking God knows where. He was also shit.
I
But they
didn't.
knew. They knew what their plan was. They knew what Bruno was gonna do. They knew what Martial was gonna do, and they still let it happen. And boom.
But
So
to me,
it's poor defending that goal.
I was amazed by Martial because as he's going by the form, I mean, that's the Martial I saw for the first time, and that's the similar repetition of that Martial in that goal. So I was impressed that okay, he is finally looking like he's in that level which he when he made his debut for United or in that season, how good he was. So Martial definitely pulled that one perfectly. So as we were saying about Martial, he has improved, and yep, United have flied 2-0 in the Manchester derby, and as it stands, if Liverpool win their next two matches, Manchester City will have to give a guard of honor to Liverpool. That would be
Sterling
sweet.
have to give a guard of honor. What a meme.
But I mean, that would be amazing because two of the like from last 2 or 3 seasons, two of the best teams in the league, they are giving each other guard of honor. I mean, Liverpool didn't give because nothing like that happened, but City giving to Liverpool, that looks like nice thing.
Yeah.
Yep. So moving on to last match of Premier League, that is Leicester winning 4-0 against Aston Villa. So Aston Villa are technically destroyed by them, but not for the relegation because they still have a game in hand, and if they can win their next match, they will come to 16th, so they can still survive the relegation battle.
They're going down.
Yep.
Villa, no, they're finished. They got Chelsea next. No, sorry, they're going down.
Yep, they have Chelsea next, then Newcastle, then Wolves, and then Liverpool, and Manchester United, then Crystal Palace, then Everton, then Arsenal. Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, I can't see them picking up.
Then West Ham. So they can.
I can see them picking up fuck all points.
3 matches. Yep, 3 matches I can see going in their favor. 3 to 4 matches. Yep, at max 4 matches. Yep, which is against Newcastle. One of them is Newcastle. Another one is where they can pick points is Crystal Palace because they are playing at home. Everton could be a tricky one, but if they perform well, they can get a grand result there. And last match is West Ham. So 4 matches they have where if they win, they can survive the season and stay in the league, or else they are going down. So that winds us up for covering up all the 4 leagues. Now moving on to the important topic, which is Champions League, which whose second legs are about to start now. Yeah, go on.
No, I'm done. No, you're hearing all that shit from me.
No, I was expecting you to sing the anthem, all of it.
Oh, okay. I'll do that for the final.
Yeah. So again, it's Spurs playing a match, and this time.
Oh, poor Mourinho.
So they're traveling away.
The only positive going for Spurs is Mourinho's press conferences.
True. And I'm damn sure he's gonna give the schedule thing in. He would put in the schedule thing in his conference once again.
Yeah, blame it on injuries and no money spent.
Incident schedule. When I remember, who was that guy? Was it Gattuso? When we are good, we are good. When we are shit, we are shit.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
So I can expect more news saying that in the press conference.
I think we'll just say occasionally average, rest of the time shit.
And then he will get up from his seat 3 times. Respect, respect, respect.
Yeah. Oh, I love the man. I respect him.
Oh,
God, you're a fucking no, hang on. I respect the man and I love him, but he's a fucking idiot for going to Spurs. To be fair, I thought he was a fucking idiot going to United too.
And you know what is he gonna do in the press conference this time? He would go and say twice.
Yeah, especially if they lose to Leipzig, which I think they will.
Yep. So he has won Champions League twice, and he can do that, and can trigger the Pep Guardiola fans.
Yeah.
So Spurs are traveling away to play Leipzig against home. I think did they lose in the first leg? Wait a second.
Leipzig won 1-0.
Yep, Leipzig won away 1-0. So that's
the tie is very much still alive, but I just see Leipzig
going through if they get a goal.
Yeah.
Anything can still happen. If Spurs score too, then
anything
Leipzig
can happen, but I think Leipzig are just going to run right and destroy them.
Yep.
I could be wrong.
It's baby Mourinho versus Mourinho. So
yeah.
Let's see what happens there. But as it stands, it could go either way. But Leipzig have a strong chance to go ahead in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, last 8, and Valencia are hosting Atlanta this time and for the second leg. And as it stands, Atlanta won 4-1 at home against Valencia. Now they are traveling away to face Valencia, so Atlanta looks like favorite to win it and advance to the quarters.
Yeah, that most likely will.
And that would be.
I still wouldn't write Valencia off though, because
I could
say if they get an early goal, if they lead 2-0 at half time, then oh fuck. Yeah.
And I can see Atlanta doing what Ajax did last season, so that's a fairy tale kind of stuff for them if they go to the quarterfinals, and maybe they do better there as well. And also now moving ahead to the third game that's coming up in this week in Champions League, that is Liverpool hosting Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, I'm standing by my prediction. Liverpool overturn and go through.
Yep.
I can't see Atletico holding on to that 1-0 win.
Yep, because it's
lead, I should say.
It's definitely tough at Anfield to come in and perform. To own the match, because that hasn't happened in European nights often. So, and there have been instances like I read Pep Guardiola saying they score a goal and over the next 5 minutes you feel that you will receive another 4. You feel small and the rival players seem to be all over you. And he said the toughest stadium in Europe to go. When Pep Guardiola is saying that, yep.
Yeah, Liverpool are just gonna send wave after waves of attacks.
And
obviously, Atletico love to play a defensive game.
Yep.
But literally for Atletico, all they need to do is effect one counter attack, score, and then they'll happily sit on that. But I see Liverpool overturning it.
And Pep has been to Anfield 4-5 times and he has never won. He lost 4 matches and he won.
Yeah.
Also, I was reading what all people are saying around. Terry wrote in his biography, John Terry, that is I'm referring to. I walked out into the cauldron and heard that singing and saw the passion. The hairs on my arms were standing up. To see a spectacle like that isn't inspiring to anyone. I just kept looking around, trying to take it all in. I wasn't daunted by it, but it was amazing. I wish more crowds were like that. Apart from the volume, it looked spectacular too. In the seconds before the referee blew his whistle for the start of the match, the whole stadium let out this great long roar as if they were going to power Liverpool to victory. And also Guardiola was saying, we have all gone through what happened to Barca. They were laughing at me when we were losing 3-0 after first 15-20 minutes in 2018 quarterfinal. They are exceptional team and still makes an influence. I mean, Mourinho has said as well, and Shearer has said similar kind of things as well, which I read. And also recently, Arteta said, Mikel Arteta, Arsenal manager, it was only ground where in which I had a feeling of the pajara of being stuck. You say I do not know what's going on. Stop the game, please, because I do not know where I am. So it promises to be another entertaining game, and let's see what are Atletico going to do and how are they going to deal with the pressure that Anfield brings to the opponents, whoever is driving there. And for the last game, which are previewing, it's PSG hosting Dortmund.
Yeah, like I said earlier, that will be played behind closed doors. Fuck, I don't know.
Previously, Dortmund won 2-1.
Yeah, I called PSG to overturn it, but Mbappe's out with illness.
So who is scoring first, Haaland or Mbappe?
Probably Haaland. Actually, no, I think Neymar will.
It's confusing, right?
Well, they're so shit because, especially last season.
I mean, in their first leg.
Because United came and overturned it there.
Yep.
But fuck.
It's
I don't know. I can see PSG overturning it, but
yep.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, you can also see Dortmund winning. I don't know.
And also, if you look at the first leg, the first half was just 0-0, so you can't predict really what is going to happen in the match. We are expecting goals and goals from the first fixture, but it didn't run that way.
Yeah.
I mean, on paper, both the sides look too much attacking forces, but 2-1 to Dortmund in the first leg. Definitely, it can put anyone in advantage because PSG have an away goal, Dortmund have 2 goals. If Dortmund score first, pressure on PSG, and PSG are playing at home. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. PSG only need to score 1 goal. They only need to win 1-0 in their 3.
Yep.
But the problem is they have to prevent Dortmund from scoring an away goal.
Yep.
So
they have to score 2 goals at least to stay at least in a calmer position. Score 2 goals, keep the match in hand at halftime. You are definitely holding an advantage. Plus, you have home support as well. So, but you never know when both Dortmund have such a striker like Haaland. Anything can happen in 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, he can score goals. Within a minute, he can score. Within 2-3 minutes, he can score 2 goals. So, you never know what's going to happen. So, it's a tricky one in the UCL this time, as we all await for it to happen in next 2 days. And host podcast, we will bring a special podcast about it and also about the UCL matches that are going to happen. Of course, we are not discussing UEL matches. Of course, we are not going to discuss UEL matches because...
Hang on.
Yeah.
Did you just neglect the Europa League?
I'm not neglecting. I'm saying we will do the special post-match podcast for that. We are not going to.
Are we not going to quickly preview Europa League? How could you neglect Europa League?
Because there are so many matches.
No one gives a shit about UCL here. They just care about the fucking Europa League. Come on.
True.
Oh,
that's
God,
true.
I'm such a dickhead sometimes.
No.
I mean, come on. Lask v Man United. That's a fixture for the ages.
So it's
I'm such a wanker sometimes.
So wait a second. Is that a first leg?
Yeah, it's this way.
Okay, I got confused over there. I thought that's the second leg as well. Like if it's going on in UCL, I thought it's going in the similar terms in UEL. So I think it would be fair if we discuss the post-match about the first leg of UEL and of course, what happens in the UCL second legs.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah.
Still not impressed though. I can't believe you'd snub your upper leg, but anyway.
But anyway, as it stands, that's how things are going for us in the podcast. So we'll catch you in the next one. Until then, keep hearing us, keep spreading us, keep liking us, and keep subscribing us. This was.
Oh, make sure to comment and roast us too. We like roasts.
Yep, if you
especially
want.
Me.
And
just roast me. Anything. Actually, also ask us questions. Leave us a question. We can answer it in the next podcast.
Yep. And if you have anything, if you want us to roast anything, any team, any manager, you can surely tell us. We will try our best to do that as well.
But you can't roast your upper leg though. Your comments will just be deleted.
But I just roasted them.
No, your upper leg roasts.
Anyway, that's me, Miranic, and that's what's your name?
Say it.
You say it.
So you can pronounce it right.
I do. I know I can pronounce it right, but I want to hear it
really?
from your mouth. Yeah.
No, come on, you first. Come on, I'm waiting.
That's Frank Lampard fan saying you goodbye.
You motherfucker, fucking Vystra. There you go.
There you go. Goodbye.